was 15, I was faced with the hardest decision of my life, and that was coming out to my friends and family as gay. I was 15 at the time, and I got a bracelet last year that reminds me of how brave I am to do what I did, and I'm wearing it today just so I can give this speech. At the time, I had no idea how people would react, especially in this community, and with my family knowing and stuff, I was afraid of being kicked out and bullied, which I have experienced, or you could go through a hate crime, which could result in your death. I was scared and I thought it was pointless to come out, but I later realized that it was for myself to be who I am and to be confident. And many of you remember how I came out to you, either on the bus and text message in a guidance counselor's office. And that was a special moment to me, and that's how I got here today. Coming out to peers as a gay team is necessary, and everyone needs to be accepted of coming out. Coming out can be tricky because people can treat you differently, and you have no idea who will and who won't, and how people react, and you have no control over that. I thought people would treat me differently, but that's not the case. It's just people that don't know me in the hallway, they say things, and other gay teens don't get the outcome they wanted, and not accepting the grades coming out, like a church, a school, sporting events, you have like people looking at you, and people have this false conception that coming out is just them wanting attention, but that is false. I didn't want the attention, I just wanted to come out to be confident, and I couldn't go out in public, and because I didn't want people saying fag or homo, which I've experienced. Or once walking in the hallways over here, a kid told me that if he had a gun, he would shoot me for being gay, and that just shows you how my life is harder than yours to live day-to-day things. Like I said, people that don't know me, they say those things, and a word of advice is that you don't have to accept it, but you can respect it. Connor Franta said in a quote, "It's okay. It may not seem like it right now, but you're going to be fine. I know it's scary, but don't be afraid. You are who you are, and you should love that person." I don't want anyone to have to go through 22 years of their life afraid to accept that. Some people go through decades of their life not telling anyone, and I don't think that's something that should be okay to be ignored. People think that hiding this is okay, and that's not, because you just hide in a closet and not be yourself. And if you had a gay son, what would you do? Would you throw him out, hit him, yell at him, tell him he's confused? You said I love you up until that point, and what was that hard feeling of telling your son that you don't love him anymore? You could just sit down and talk and walk through it. You don't have to turn them away or kick them out. You can just accept it, but you don't have to accept it, but you can respect it. Shane Stokes said, "Only by speaking out can we create lasting change, and that change begins with coming out." There's no reason to stop someone from coming out or keep them in the closet from being with someone they love. I was blessed with parents that are okay with it, and if someone doesn't, I think a parent should over time start to accept it, but in the meantime they can let their son and their boyfriend go out on a date or hang out, and if the son does bring around the boyfriend, you should be polite. Like I said, you don't have to accept it, but you can respect it. When I was only in the closet for 15 years. I knew at a young age that I was gay, and coming out with a religious family and grandparents that go to church every Sunday, you get scared. I was scared to tell my grandparents, and I just told them last April because I was going to prom with my boyfriend. I told my grandma, and I was just tears streaming down my eyes, and she didn't know what to say, and she said she would call me about it, and I never got that call, and I was scared that she didn't want to talk to me about it. But the next time I saw her, she said that she tried to call many times, but where she lives, she doesn't have good phone reception. And she hugged me and said that her and my grandpa love me. And just this Thanksgiving, I brought the same boyfriend to family dinner, and everyone was nice and accepting. And it was moments like those make coming out worth it. And anyone with future family members that are gay, please accept it. You don't have to accept it, but you can respect it.
Do you think if you lived in a different community, it would have been easier to come out?
Can you repeat that?
Do you think if you lived in a different community, it'd be easier to come out?
I think so, like in a city setting, it would be easier because you just have more people. Like, I think I was like, I don't know any other gay person in the school, so, yeah.
Do you think that like in a couple years people won't have to come out as gay? Like it'll be as widely accepted as being straight is?
I think so, but I don't know because it's just the same. People make fun and say jokes, or they make fun of gay people, so.
I'm talking about like respect. Do you think that people respect you as a person, but then they don't respect you as someone who is gay, or is there like a division, or is it all kind of one together? So
It's all together because they just judge you like, oh, he's gay, so that's like gross. It's making fun of him, and yeah.
Well, I feel like a lot of teenagers are more accepting of it now, but I know like parents and grandparents, even if they don't have like a son or daughter who's gay, they still they can't respect it. So like I've tried to have conversations with like people in my life who don't believe that's okay. How do you go about trying to convince them that people are people?
Well, if they're just hard-headed, I just give up and say, hey, whatever.
It's kind of what I've done.
Yeah. They're stupid, I don't know.
but I think she asked a good question about how can, I mean, we all have people in our lives who are probably very anti-gay. So how do we address those things for, people who are more accepting of that? How do we?
I just think, like, if they end up having a gay family member, they'll, like, see it, because my grandma, before I came out, she'd always make, like, funny jokes, like, oh, that guy's wearing skinny jeans, he must be a fruitcake. That was a word for a gay person, and now she's just like, oh, how's your boyfriend? Like, she doesn't ask how I am, she just asks about him, so I just think that it just changes over time when you have someone close to you